Hey, if you enjoy the stories on my channel, please support me by subscribing. Your subscription encourages me to keep making content. Thank you so much. Now let's begin today's story. I knew someone had told him. That part was clear. The way he looked at me that morning, cold, distant, like a man who had already made up his mind to leave, wasn't just a feeling. It was something I could sense. But what tore me up inside wasn't only the guilt. It was the mystery. Who told him? I had kept everything hidden. No messages, no photos, nothing online. I had been cautious, very cautious. So how did he find out? It all began 2 months ago. My fiancé, Darren, was on a work trip in Chicago, and I was alone in our apartment in Austin. The distance started to feel like slow suffocation. We FaceTimed every night, but it just wasn't the same. And somewhere in that loneliness, I reconnected with someone I shouldn't have. My ex. His name is Jordan. And no, this isn't one of those stories where I say, "It just happened," or "It was a mistake." No. I stepped into it fully aware. Jordan messaged me on Instagram after seeing one of my stories. Something casual like, "Austin still looks good on you." I should have ignored it. But instead I replied, "You too. Hope you've been well." That's how it began, just a message. 3 days later, we were having drinks at a rooftop bar. A week after that, we were in his apartment. The truth is, I didn't dislike Darren. In fact, I loved him in a steady, calm, and thoughtful way. He was good to me, reliable, kind. But with Jordan, there was fire, danger, chaos. And in a way I still can't explain, I needed that. For a short while, I needed to feel like I wasn't just someone's future wife or a stay-at-home partner. I needed to feel like myself again. The affair lasted 6 weeks. We met only 3 times. I didn't keep any messages. I deleted everything. I made sure Jordan never took pictures of us. We even used a temporary number to text, which I deleted the moment I ended things. It was clean, or so I thought. Darren came back from Chicago a week after I had broken things off with Jordan. Something felt off. He still kissed me, still made coffee for me in the mornings. But there was a distance, like he was pretending, like something had changed and I couldn't reach it. I blamed it on jet lag or work stress. But then came the silence. No more jokes. No more late-night cuddles. He stopped saying, "I love you," before leaving for work. He still said goodnight, but it sounded like a stranger saying the words. One night, I asked him if something was wrong. He just stared at me and said, "You tell me." That night I couldn't sleep. I knew it then. He knew. Somehow he already knew. I went through every possible leak in my mind. I hadn't told anyone. Not my friends. Not even my therapist. Jordan wouldn't have said anything. Why would he? It wasn't love. It was desire. We ended it quietly. I blocked his number, deleted his contact, unfollowed him. He had no reason to expose me. Unless someone had seen us. Maybe a mutual friend or someone Darren worked with. But we had been careful. Always late at night, always private. I even drove across town to meet him. I never used our car. I never left a trail. For 3 days, I tortured myself with worry and suspicion. Then I did something I hadn't done in years. I checked Darren's phone. I know trust goes both ways, and I shouldn't have crossed that line. But that boundary had already been broken the moment he looked into my eyes like I was a stranger. His phone wasn't locked. He never used passwords with me. Somehow that made it even worse. First I found nothing. No messages, no screenshots, nothing in his email or saved photos. I almost gave up until I opened the Notes app. There was a folder labeled Truth. Inside it my name. The date and time of every meeting with Jordan. Places we went. Exact conversations. Even the name of the burner app one had used. It was all there. My hands were shaking so badly I dropped the phone. I picked it up again, scrolling in shock. Then I saw the last note. Ask Tyler if she mentioned anything. She didn't tell her mom. Her friends don't know. Someone warned me. Still not sure who. Taylor. My heart sank. Tyler is Darren's younger brother. He's 23, recently single. And oh my God. He was at that same rooftop bar the night Jordan and I met up. I remembered now. I saw someone out of the corner of my eye, but didn't get a clear look. I didn't think much of it. He must have seen us. Maybe even taken a photo. But why didn't he just tell Darren? Why was Darren still trying to figure it out? That's when I realized. Tyler never told him directly. Maybe he felt guilty. Maybe he wasn't completely sure. Maybe he only gave a small hint. Or maybe Darren didn't want Tyler to know that he already knew. Maybe he was waiting for me to confess. 2 nights later I told the truth. I confessed everything to Darren, every detail. I begged for forgiveness. Cried. I didn't try to explain it away. I just said I had been lost and foolish, and that I had destroyed the best thing in my life. He sat across from me the entire time, without showing any emotion. And when I finished, he said the 4 coldest words I've ever heard. I already knew. Goodbye. He had packed a bag and walked out. That same night I tried calling him, texting him, nothing. A week went by. Then 2. And then I received an envelope. Divorce papers. We weren't even married yet, but we'd been engaged long enough that he wanted a formal legal separation of our shared assets. We had signed a few legal documents when we moved in together, so technically it was all valid. He didn't ask for anything. Not the car, not the apartment, not a single thing. Just silence. But it wasn't the silence that shattered me. It was what I learned weeks later. I ran into Tyler at a local grocery store. He looked uneasy when he saw me, like he wasn't sure whether he should say anything. I pulled him aside. You told him, didn't you? Yes. He looked away. No, I didn't. I swear. Then how did he find out? Tyler paused for a moment and then said, You left your Apple ID logged in on your old iPad. Darren used it to watch Netflix. One of the texts popped up. I stared at him, shocked. You mean one of the deleted burner texts to Jordan? I guess the sync didn't fully erase everything. Darren saw a message preview. That's how it started. That's when it hit me. I hadn't been betrayed by a person. I had been betrayed by a machine, a forgotten device had carried my biggest secret straight to the man I loved. No one told him. Technology did. And you know what hurts the most? He waited. He gave me time. He gave me a chance to tell the truth before walking away. But I didn't take it. So in the end, I didn't just lose Darren because I was unfaithful. I lost him because I lied afterward. because I believed I had deleted all the proof, when all along it was sitting in plain sight, waiting to ruin everything.